What's up, everybody? Today we're going to start at the beginning and we're going to compare installing WordPress from scratch and installing Statamic from scratch. So I've got a terminal up here and I'm just going to make a couple of assumptions right off the top. I'm going to use the WordPress CLI and I'm going to also use the Statamic CLI to install our sites. So let's dive in. First of all, I've got my sites directory here queued up in the terminal, and I'm also running Laravel Herd, which is my sort of PHP sort of local dev environment server. So it's going to serve both my WordPress and my Statamic sites for me from this directory. So to get started with WordPress, I can just use the WordPress CLI WP. Oh, you know what? First, I'm going to make a directory. Let's make a directory. We'll call it WP test install. I'll change directories into there, WP test install. And then I need the actual CLI will come in now. So WP core download. And it's going to just reach out and download the latest. And I think the first thing that I need to do now is WP core config. And this will let me generate my WP config file, which is going to help me connect to my database and all that stuff. But it gives me an error right away. I need some parameters. So that's not nice. Maybe a little CLI walkthrough would be a little bit better. So let's try this again. We'll add a DB name and we'll call it WP test install. We'll call it the same thing. DB user is going to be root. Let's try that. Okay, now I need a password. Let's try the same thing. Is it DB pass? And I think it's just password on my local. There we go. So now I've got a WP config file generated. Now can I think the first thing I need to do now is actually create my database. So I've got Table Plus queued up here. So WP test install is the name. So I'm just going to, okay, I'm going to create that new database. Now that I have the database created, I'm going to do WP core install. And again, I need some other parameters here, so I'm going to fill those in one at a time. So the URL is going to be WP test install.test, which is the top level domain I need to use for my local server. Title is going to be WP test. The admin user will just be admin user, and the admin email is going to be just a test email.com. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, WP test install. I have a password here. Let's check it out in the browser. WP test install.test, and I do have a site. Okay, so that's great. Let's see what's in it. WP admin. What was it? Admin user. The password. Okay, so here's my bare bones site. There's not much to it. There is a way to do this with, if you want to install a theme through here, you can do that. So let's say WP theme install. Is it WP theme install? I think it's theme. Let's look at theme. WP theme install. Okay, and I have a URL for a starter theme. So this is my Tailwind one. So I'm just going to grab the URL here from my Git repo. And this is kind of a starter theme like I would have, that has tools built in for running all of my dev stuff. So let's try that. Let's give the URL. No, I don't want that one. I want the zip. So I'm just going to copy the clean link from there. WP theme install. Give it the zip URL. Okay, So that should have installed my theme. And let's go back to the dashboard. If we go to Appearance and Themes, there's my starter theme. Let's activate. And let's check it out on the front end. Okay, got a sample page. Not much in there, but you can see I have a sample theme. I do have some handy things. With WordPress, you can use the CLI to do a bunch of it. It's not quite as intuitive as I would like. It just fails if you don't give it the right parameters, for example. But at least it tells you what those parameters should be. Okay, so let's move on. Let's try Statamic now. So I'm going to come back out of here. So I'm in my sites directory again. And you may know that Statamic also has a CLI. So if you check that out, you can say Statamic new my site, or if I have a starter kit, I can just pass that in right away and it will install it all in one command. So if I say Statamic new Statamic test install, and I'll pass in the URL for my starter kit. This one's not published into the marketplace yet. It's just on my Git repo because it's not quite finished, but I can use it in any case. So it's going to match the URL of my Git repo. So, and that matches the name inside of the starter kit config. So let's do that. Starter kit not found on the marketplace. Do you want to install the unlisted starter kit? Yes, I'll do that because I know it's the one that I want. Downloading all the PHP stuff. Oh, there we go. Now it's installing my starter kit. Now that it's got all the Statamic ready to go. Yes, I will create a super user. Call it test@email.com. It's Michael. Sure, I'll start the repo. Why not? Let's do that. Start. Perfect. Okay. So let's just go in there. So let's change directories into the Statamic test install, and I think I need to run Composer. Maybe I don't need to, but okay. Let's have a look in the browser. Oops. So Statamic test install. If I can type .test, and there we go. So here's my starter kit. I've already got a bunch of content that comes with it. Got a private page that you need to log into. Let's see here. I've got some other blocks that I've already configured, some posts, and it's all there. And if I want to log in, I'll just go to the control panel. And what did I call it? Just email at, no, it's test@email.com. And there we go. We are in, and the new version even has dark mode. Okay, that took probably about half the time, is all the WordPress stuff, and I don't even need a database. And it comes with a bunch of the content I have pre-configured. So, I mean, my WordPress starter is a little bit more bare bones at this stage, but I'm going to be leaning into my Statamic starter. I can use any of the ones from the marketplace as well and get even more of a leg up than what I've done so far. So how great is that? All right. If you got any questions or comments about this process, either for WordPress or for Statamic, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.